back to Drunk Wives Club, and we are so excited because we have our first guest ever with us, Missy, Melissa. Which one do you want to go by?
We all know what I like to
It's Missy, our fellow drunk wife and one of our best friends.
And we've talked about her pretty much every episode. So
yeah,
her name should not be new to you.
I feel like I should have made buffalo chicken dip.
I was thinking, she is the one that makes buffalo chicken dip.
The best.
Should we talk about how we know each other?
Yeah. I think, well, actually,
you guys were friends first, right?
field
I
hockey.
feel like you and I
Field
were
hockey.
friends maybe first, and then
But you didn't like me. You were mean to me too.
No, I wasn't.
That's true.
We weren't like really friends. We were just like acquaintances.
When?
Like Logan
In middle
Finnerock
school?
introduced us, sort of.
Yeah,
in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was you guys first.
Yeah. Yeah. And then me and Shannon met in field hockey 9th grade.
You played field hockey?
In 9th grade. Yes, I did. Yeah.
We both played in 9th grade, and that was it.
Was that the only year?
Well, before, but I never played after.
Oh.
No, it was
great.
Girl.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was
We
really
had a
fun.
great time.
And that's how we became friends, because then we were also in homeroom.
Yeah.
So we were in
Oh, I
homeroom
was
together.
forgetting
SI. So we were in the same homeroom together all 4 years. But it was like nice because I was brand new to the school. So
Yeah.
I didn't really know anybody. So to have somebody in a sport like before the school year even started,
Mhm.
and then also a homeroom was really nice. And then we kind of just built our friendship through the years. Like I actually feel like we
Just
were
homeroom.
huh?
It was basically just homeroom.
No,
classes.
I crashed your study hall multiple times.
Okay, but like it was just my
cheater.
study hall. Wait, it was half study hall because you had a half, like it was a weird day where it was split.
It
one
was.
of those days.
Yep. And I had something else. I'm like, I'm gonna go in the bathroom, and then I would just come hang out with you. It's like 20 minutes.
Revel.
In the library. It was like a study hall in the library. I don't remember anything about high school, but
I
It was a good
study
time.
hall.
yeah. So and then we got really close, like throughout the years. I feel like each year we got closer.
Yeah. I don't know what we did, but I think it was 11th grade was even closer because we started hanging with Jess.
Right.
And Pauline and Lauren and everybody
Everybody,
else because we were at a
The
Christmas
M&M
lunch table.
We were the M&M students.
We
Oh,
were.
we were.
Yeah.
That was
I
senior
remember
year,
that
though.
picture.
I have that
Yeah.
picture.
Okay, we're gonna post it. It
We
can be the
say
prologue.
every single episode that we're gonna post pictures,
and then I forget.
and then we either can't find them but I'm gonna find that one, because then there's the other one where we had the senior year shirts. Do you remember that? It was
white
like the apples to apples shirt. Do you remember those?
I
And we
remember
all
apples.
wore jean skirts.
I
did?
Yeah, I have that picture too.
I didn't wear a jean skirt, but you did.
Bring back the jeans skirt.
Jeans.
And you
Yeah.
did. You had the one where like
The Gucci one?
yes. I didn't want to see
Well,
Jess said it, you didn't have to.
Things don't change once you hit 30 either.
but like other things.
My
too.
butthole is still always about to pop out.
Okay, I didn't want to say it.
I know, we always say
It's
that.
not my fault. It's because my legs are so long.
Your legs are so
and I wear normal clothes, but then they're just normally short on me.
You're just abnormally tall, and
I
your
know,
legs
I
are
know.
so long.
Sometimes
don't
I like
know.
to test the limits at work, and I'm like, I shouldn't be wearing this. I shouldn't be wearing this, but I'm just not going to stand up today.
yeah, that's a total logical
Yeah.
one.
Or if I drop something, I have to ask somebody, be like, can you please pick that up? Or we're going to be in big trouble here, and I'm going to have to call the HR department. That doesn't exist.
I was gonna say, I don't have one of those.
That's true.
Oh man.
But yeah, we just stayed friends after high school, and we all went to separate colleges. Well, we
No.
went to the same college.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, we
There was
stayed
a whole
together.
episode on that too.
Yeah.
I know.
But
Yeah.
Missy went to East Stroudsburg, and we still always stayed in contact with her. And then after
Yeah.
college, I feel like we
You
got even
To
closer.
visit me a lot.
I was just about to bring that up. My
Yeah.
brother went to Millersville.
Mhm.
So the first year, I'm calling it 9th grade. It's freshman year. I went to visit Millersville when Shannon was there, and my brother was like a junior.
Mhm.
The first party went to my brother's.
And
it
we
was
were
kind of chaotic.
We were freshmen. So
This
we had
was-
no idea.
This was wild. They had like a weird party in the basement, and I guess the one person got upset with the other and choked the other person out.
Oh
Do you
my
remember
Tommy
my brother, his name's Tommy. He talks about this all the time.
What a way to start a party.
I'm like notorious for blacking things out, like of my memory. And I definitely, like, I remember a lot from that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, Tom talks about it like almost every time that I bring your name up.
That's like,
I know. It was
remember
so
when
fun.
Shannon saw this guy get choked out at my party?
Yeah.
It's like, you guys were over at that one party. That's right. And it was great. Like, I always had a good time whenever I visit.
I know you visited me the most probably out of like any friend, but then it was so funny because we never saw you.
No.
Yeah, where was I? I was at the E-Court's basement.
Yeah, we didn't go there.
Traitors.
I've heard things from her and I just never would want to go there.
It was a great place, okay?
No,
You
it's
drink natty.
definitely a memorable place where you make memories and
I
also
grew as a
forget ones.
person because of it. I am the person I am today because of E-Courts.
And because of the best friend that walked you to E-Courts and checked on you every morning to make sure that you
Yeah.
were
She was a really good friend.
She is. Yeah.
She still is.
Yeah. I might still share my location with her. It's to be debated.
Oh, no.
Is it to be debated or to be decided?
It's to be determined.
Oh.
But I wasn't gonna correct you.
Because I used to see like TBD, and then I was like, what the fuck does the D stand
Oh
for?
dear goodness gracious.
Let's talk about you losing your phone in the field.
Okay.
Why you need to share your location.
I'm really sorry. I don't know if we actually talked about this or not. We can't remember, but I don't think I did. So the last episode or 2 episodes ago,
Mhm.
we talked about how we got really good results from like why people share their location and why people don't. And I was like, one of the best reasons for me why I would is because I lose my phone all the time. And honestly, I think it was like 3 days after we recorded that, I lost my phone and I could not find it. And Missy doesn't know this story. So I lost it and I couldn't find it. And we have like a very small window to get things done in our home during the week. Like Missy, you get this. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yes.
our child has to go to sleep at like 7 p.m. So I was trying to find it while also trying to get him to go to sleep. And I was like, you know what? I knew I had it in the car on the way home from work. So I knew that it had to be somewhere. And I was like, it's fine. Like I'm not trying to stress out about it. It'll be good. It'll be great. I'll find it.
You're not stressed out.
40. I swear I didn't, which was weird because usually I like panic when I can't find it. But I just don't know. I was like, I knew it was in the car somewhere. So I knew that it was either in the car, in the house. Okay. Well, it wasn't in either of those places.
Okay.
And we
Well,
took a family walk with our dog and our son. And we then saw neighbors who like have this open field in the back of their homes. And I had the dog and then we switched. So Mark had the dog and then I had Brady, but Brady is walking now. And he was running and I was still wearing my work pants and my phone slipped out and
running away from me.
that's where it was and I didn't know and it was on silent. So that's why I really looked for it for like silent.
Don't
It's
put your
on
phone on
silent.
silent. Put it on. Do not
Okay,
disturb,
Missy.
I know it's a bad.
We'd like to do a poll for just Missy right now.
Do you put it on?
No.
It's always on.
The first question, that's not the question. The first question is, do you know what silent is?
Not vibrate.
Silent is like literally
Nothing.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was just vibrate.
She didn't know.
Because I put it on do not disturb now.
Vibrate is a thing.
Missy,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well,
We just talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it
On
in
the-
a couple episodes ago, but I love putting my phone on do not disturb because you don't get anything. Like you could look at your phone and be like, wow, nobody called me. But then you open it up and you're like,
Which I get.
shit, I have all these texts and shit. But the thing is with do not disturb, if people text you, it says your phone's on do not
Right.
disturb. So I don't want it to tell
Does it
people.
always say that when you talk to me?
Sometimes.
You put it on a decent amount.
Yeah, I put it on a lot lately because I think it's refreshing.
But when you text me, because it's always on silent, my phone's always on silent.
Yeah,
Like,
see, mine's
It's
on
do not disturb. Is mine though?
No, yours is just
Mine
silent.
is just silent.
See?
Exactly.
I didn't know you could put it on just
Mine is
silent.
always on silent.
There's just
Always.
this little like switch here.
Right, that's the vibrate.
always silent. No,
Yeah,
God,
Missy,
no.
thank you. This
Mine
is
still vibrates if it's like that.
because you have the setting on.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Missy, we literally went through the same exact thing,
Technology.
I swear.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
the little button. I
but
said,
to be fair, you don't know how to follow people like their location.
I don't
That's
know.
something that
I know. I know. I still don't know.
lose my phone in a field.
I can't believe it. So we couldn't find it. And Mark goes, like, do you think it's in the field? I go, well, I don't know where it is. And I've checked this whole house and I checked the car and it's not there. And he's like, I'll go check. I was like, I'll come with you because first of all, it's my phone. So I felt bad. And I was like, I think I'll have the patience to find it. And he was being really calm, which sometimes means he's either mad or actually calm. So I thought he was mad, but he wasn't. And I was like, I'll come with you. And he was like, and who will stay here? And I was like, right, I have to stay
With
here.
the baby.
So we found it and he was like, yeah, I called it. And it was like, oh, I saw this like shining light. And he was like, thank God. It was all the way up at the top of the field. And he was like, thank God, because if it was face down, we wouldn't found it until the morning. So he walked in with it and I was like, I think I need to start sharing my location. And I was like, I won't share it with Mark if he doesn't want to, but I have to share it with somebody.
We'll take it.
So I was like, I'll share it with
We
you.
volunteer.
in your room.
That's a nice jersey you have.
That is
That's Skinny Batman.
I love him.
It's Devontae's.
Oh, I don't know.
Just
how
won't
sports
know.
now.
Just won't know. But I like that. I like that gray color.
Thanks.
I was
My
honestly
face got it.
hoping
For
for
Speaking of,
the Eagles to play the Chiefs today at home because I was totally gonna buy tickets in hopes I would see Taylor Swift.
And they're not home.
no.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. And then I was
No.
like,
He didn't.
should I fly to Kansas City? And then I was like, nope, I should not do that.
But I told you to do the sweepstakes. So
I know.
Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey's mom, Donna Kelsey, was doing a sweepstake.
Yeah.
Where she was saying, like, you have to answer all these 4 questions for why you should sit in the booth with her. And you would have been the perfect person because they were like kind of like the Swifties where they don't know what football is.
Yeah, that's me.
This would be perfect.
I'm a
That's
girl
why I
Swiftie.
sent it to you. You said you entered. So.
I did, but I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelsey because all the hype he's getting.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nobody knew who he was before.
That's not true.
That's not true. Yeah.
That's not
But
true.
no,
also-
I'm not
he's
saying nobody
really
knew who
tight.
he was,
He's-
but he wasn't in all like the promotional shit that he is in now. It's like
he was
over
in
the
Lowe's though.
He
I will
was.
say that he was in Lowe's. Yeah, with
He's
Cy
also
Prescott.
hot. So like,
Oh yeah, my friend
He's
Olivia
that cute.
really, really likes it.
Really?
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's like a bozo.
Shout out Olivia.
well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are. It doesn't mean they're
Yeah.
not attractive.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. Maybe he has to shave his mustache.
it's
We don't have
the
the same type,
facial
though.
hair
Yeah.
and just like his stockiness. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, we mentioned your wife. So
yeah,
no,
tell
yeah.
us more.
let's tell you
Speaking
who
of-
you're married to.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about your love story,
Oh,
and then we'll get into our topic.
Hi Tina, I love you.
We love her.
We love Tina.
Yeah, me and Tina. So she actually did go to Millersville.
She
We
did.
did not meet that way. We did not meet through work. We didn't meet anywhere but online.
the
So
relationship works well.
It
But-
works.
it was a crazy kind of like story because she was visiting her dad at the time, and I had my location, like I had my radius only to like I don't know how many miles it was, but she did too. But she was visiting in Boyertown, and I was going through a divorce at the time, so living in Limerick. So she just logged on and found me, and I found her, and of course I reached out first. Now it was on Bumble, and you know how girls have to reach out. Doesn't matter, like you just kind of when you're gay, you're. So I did it because she's so.
No, you cannot. So that's actually so either one can.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's great.
I know. Yeah.
When it's the same sex.
Mhm.
Oh.
So are we shocked that it was Missy that reached out?
no.
I mean, she was kind of, you know how she is.
She's shy.
She was shy, but yeah.
Missy's
So
not.
yeah, I'm kind of outgoing, but geez, where were we? Anyways, had a lot in common. She went to the same school as, you know, Shannon and my brother and Jessica. We just like hit it off and immediately like started dating quickly, as you know, and like I don't think a lot of people know in the lesbian world, it happens very fast.
That's like a given with lesbians, isn't it?
Yeah, there's like a U-Haul effect too.
What does that mean?
That means they move in like within months of each other.
Wow.
A U-Haul effect?
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she came in at a really tough time in my life.
Yes.
So like my mother was passing because she had a brain tumor. She passed the day after my birthday, the year I met Christina. We were dating probably for 4 months. And then after my mom passed away, she moved in actually, and we just kind of were like, we need to get our own place.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my dad's house, my house I grew up in. Bought a townhouse together, and we got engaged before like moving in. And then shortly after we got married. But yeah, we've been together for I don't know how many years has it been? 5 years, I think. This year.
5 years already?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
And we have a little boy named Paxton.
Yeah,
We just had
Paxton.
him. He's 11 months today.
So freaking cute.
I know. We had 2 dogs and we have 2 cats too.
Yeah, your
It's
house
great.
is chaos.
It's chaos. Yes, it's
I
fun.
think mine is chaos, and so does Jess. But yeah, Missy's is also chaos.
Mhm. Good time though. Good time.
Always fun.
And I've gotten her out of like her comfort zone many, many times, as we're going to be talking about.
Dude, you got this. You're totally
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
It
talk
just
to
goes
you for
into
days about that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm opening a new
Let's start it.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
start it.
always opened a new one.
Yeah.
Secretly.
No, remember the time that you chugged a double IPA like
Oh,
3
man.
episodes ago? Yeah.
That was a bad day, okay? I was staying at the Comfort Inn. I didn't have service.
I know.
Was your nose red?
Yes.
Because it happens.
Yeah.
Did you have a cookie after?
It was terrible.
Should tell that story someday.
Which one?
A cookie?
The cookie story where Tina has to hold you up.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, we'll just tell that story. 'Cause
Let's go
I
now.
love Tina because it involves all of us.
I was gonna say I don't think. Oh
So-
yes, I do. I know.
Shannon
Yeah.
had an engagement party at this beautiful location in Conshohocken on a rooftop. And one of her husband's groomsmen, I don't know why, I probably should have drank IPAs before I went.
Before you went.
Yeah.
That's like the key. Not
So-
that you drank them.
I thought I was still like young and hip, so I was like, I'm gonna pregame this and then I'm gonna go. And I went, and I don't even remember what he said, but he said something that just triggered me. And I usually don't get triggered
At
that
all.
easily.
At all.
And then we got into this odd argument, and I was very intoxicated by accident. So Missy and Tina
Everything that you
had
said.
to take me home, put me in the car. But before they put me in the car, Tina, being the best person she is, asked if I wanted insomnia cookies. And I was like, amazing. I love insomnia cookies. So they got me these cookies. They drove me home. They put me to bed. And I woke up the next morning with chocolate chip all over my hands because I was trying to eat the cookie, I guess, before I went to bed. And then I had to make my apology calls, being like, I'm so sorry.
We loved it.
But we actually ended up, it was Sean, and we saw each other a bunch of times after. And I was like, I'm sorry I was an asshole. And he's like, I'm sorry I was an asshole. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah. I was like, yeah.
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 So it worked out. But that's when I knew I loved Tina so much.
That was great. I remember
know.
that too. I remember walking you to the bathroom and you were, this feels like a common theme, but like wearing a romper that was, wait, is it romper or jump? No, yeah, romper.
Oh, yeah.
And
It was my blue
so-
romper.
Yep, so short.
I
And
wear
you-
it to work.
perfect.
I still have it in my closet.
Yeah, I mean,
Because we still have that picture from all of us on the rooftop that night.
yeah. And so you like couldn't get it off.
Yeah,
because
they're
it's
not.
so hard to. I mean, look,
You have to
even
even take off the whole thing, and then you're naked in the stall.
like,
Hoping
even-
nobody walks in.
even sober, like they're hard to get off.
Yeah.
I don't wear them,
I
but
agree.
I did have one, and I was like, this is horrendous. It's like it's oh my gosh, what are the things called that people wear all the time? The like, oh my god, cat suit?
What?
No.
A cat suit.
Oh,
A cat
like
suit.
the onesie kind of thing.
Yeah, what is
Yeah,
it? It's not
I'm
called a
not-
onesie.
Well, damn, sorry.
Oh man, this is gonna be really embarrassing when we look back at this because
I love that you called it a cat suit. A jumper?
No, but Missy knew exactly what I was talking
I
about.
know what you're saying. It
Yeah.
has like it's literally like
It's like you.
Being a
I'm
baby.
sure you wear them. It's like,
Oh, shit, I wear them all the time.
body suit.
A body suit. Yes, it's like
Yeah.
a little baby you got unsnap it.
Like we have children. We should know what these are.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's even more embarrassing. They're called bodysuits for children.
Yeah. They're not.
But
They're
yeah,
very uncomfortable.
no, they're
Mhm.
very uncomfortable, but they're really flattering sometimes. But I can't wear a lot of those either because again, legs are long, torso is long, so nothing fits in. It's just a giant wedgie.
I'm just gonna say
Yes.
tomorrow I'm gonna send you a picture and be like, "Do you like my cat suit?"
Okay,
And it's gonna be me in a bodysuit.
I'm here for it. I'll be honest. I'll probably
They
say
really
I
are.
will say
comfortable.
though, rompers, pregnant, not a great idea.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
In that picture,
I know.
that's
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
That's me in a romper.
we're in
has a
Jess's
picture
office.
in that little bulletin board there.
That is our studio. We decided so.
It
Really,
is.
I should just say we're in our new studio.
It doesn't look like a storage closet anymore.
No, it doesn't.
We have
And-
upgraded.
and we have a lot of
I
nice
love it.
pictures. So yeah. But let's get into our topic, which Missy so greatly segued already once. So we're gonna talk about how we each work with
I love when you lose your train of thought, but then
it happens every single time.
It's just this very long pause, and I'm like, she's gonna bring it back, bring it home.
Yeah, no, you've lost my train of thought. But no, we are just about how each of us either breaks out our partner out of their comfort zone or vice versa. So we felt it was like an applicable topic to all three of us for different ways. So who wants to go first?
We should have probably planned that.
I'll go first.
Oh,
okay.
I'll go first.
We just go on the
Yeah,
side.
no, I'll go first. So, essentially, Mark always pushes me out of my comfort zone, and I have been trying to be like more verbal about recognizing it because he just does it because he thinks he should. And it really helps me a lot, and I've been trying to notice it a lot more. And it happened over this past weekend, and I knew that Missy was coming on, so I was like, "Oh, hey, this like actually feels like this would be like a really good thing to talk about." But just like two examples of him really, and when I say like bringing me out of my comfort zone, I also mean like making me a better person, like in that process. So, which like I'm the best anyway, so it feels
Remember
weird.
you said you're so humble.
We're
around
so
here?
humble around here. But in all seriousness, I'm having like a hard time taking our son places because he's running around now and he's loud. There's like nothing subtle about him, which I love. Like I love that for our family, but out it's a lot. And I shouldn't care what other people think, but we don't go to like super kid friendly places. Like we go to breweries, like we go to breweries, like we don't go to many places.
Sometimes can be.
No, but they can be.
Yeah.
I just think it's the mindset for me that it's like, I know that before I had kids, like I didn't want to be around kids like 24/7. So it's just trying to strike that balance. And sometimes we have found that there are times where we've gone out, we're like, well, yeah, we should probably just go back and that's okay. But it's like kind of stalled me from trying to go out more with him, which isn't fair because then we don't get to go do things. But also he's not used to being out so much. So Mark has been like really pushing me recently in a respectful way, like because he'll know that there will be times where I don't like want to. But this past Saturday, we went to get his haircut, which was already a limit pusher for me because now he looks like a real
An adult.
like he looks like he's 4 and he's not even a year and a half old. But we were like, look, we're out. We wanted to go to the grocery store. And then he's like, let's get a coffee at like one of our favorite local coffee places.
Which one?
Valerio.
Is it good? I haven't been there yet.
How?
Where is that?
It's in, so there's
I
one
want to
in,
buy it.
I'm like, there's one in Manioc, PA, Trapp, PA, and Audubon, PA.
Mm.
And I just tried to listen to him, even though I was really panicking because he was already in 2 places. And I'm like, hey, like, are we gonna sit in here? And he was like, yeah, let's just try it. And he sat down and like got mad for like 15 seconds. And then he was totally fine. And Mark was like, see, like, you're fine. Like, he's fine. The more we take him out, the more he's gonna get used to it. And I was like, I know, but it's so hard. And then
Yeah.
but he had such a great time. Like, I got pictures of it. We spent time as like the 3 of us as a family. And I'm like, I just love that he does that for me. And I think at the beginning of our relationship, I hated it because I was so naive and I was like, I know what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do, but like, I don't know. He just like has really been doing that a lot recently for me. And then the other big thing is working out. So I've mentioned in previous episodes, like he works out 5 times a week. He's super active, just like you guys. And I used to be, but I just can't get that like motivation anymore. And I think, as you guys know, and a lot of people can probably relate, like your body is super, like a super sensitive topic to talk about with your significant other. And it is very sensitive for me and always has been. So trying to strike that balance of being like motivating, but also not pissing me off because he's saying I should work out is like a really fine line. So somehow recently he's been like doing it in a way where he's like, well, let me go take Brady to Costco. We go to the grocery store a lot.
The grocery
I love
store. It's a
Costco,
good
though.
time.
It's like a great time. It's a great place to take kids.
Yeah.
It's
There's so many kids there.
there's so many kids there, and now I understand why.
Mhm.
But I'm like, okay. So he's like, I'll take him, and then you go like spend time to yourself, work out if you want. And I'm like, I know, like I should, but I just don't have the motivation. I'm like not feeling totally great about how I feel about myself, but he knows that when I do work out, that I do feel better about myself. So then like after I do work out, he's like, how do you feel? And I was like, oh, good. But I like don't want him to be right, but he is right. And so I don't know, just recently it's just been really nice. So I can't currently think of ways that I do that for him, but super grateful that he does that for me. So
That I was working out. It's so hard to get into routine, and once you get out of the routine, you don't want to
Yeah.
get back in it.
right. And I'm so focused on our son's routine. So it's like I know that I've got that nailed down. So it's just it's like steps. It's just trying to figure out how to also do it. But it's basically either at 7:30 at night and I don't eat with Mark, or 8:30 at night and I eat with Mark, or 5 a.m., which feels like the absolute
I
death.
cannot do it.
I know,
can't-
but
I
that
can't.
feels like the way. And Mark, that's
Nope.
what Mark does. I'm like, I can't
do
I
it.
can't get up
The
that
morning?
early. You can,
Yeah,
just
it's the only
get
way
up
I
that
wake
early.
up. I feel like I definitely couldn't do it after work
Wake up.
because I feel like when you go home after work, you just want to relax.
I know that's why I don't work out. We've talked about this
Yes.
before.
But
That's
then
why
you
I
have to
started
make
to
the
it.
commitment to wake up early, which I think once you start doing it,
That's
you
Mark's
get used
point
to it.
too.
But it's just so hard to make that first.
Well, when
step.
do you
For all of you guys
When do you-
that work out after work, it's because it's good for my mental health.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
work,
After work, I feel it's just I
A stress
get
reliever.
so much stress out, like, and
for sure.
yeah, I cannot do it in the
See,
morning
that's
because
how
you
I do it
say,
I start my stress reliever in the morning before I come to work.
yeah, no,
No.
I literally feel like a slug in the morning. No way. I love
gonna have to
being a
book us
morning
in.
person. Like,
I know you're
But-
still a morning.
Yeah,
person.
that's why I don't understand.
Yeah.
that.
no, I can't. Like, my
Oh.
body needs to keep like just waking up. Like, my thing is coffee in the morning. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that
what
is
gets me going.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to start with in the morning. And like that little time that I have
To
with my
yourself.
son too.
Yeah,
Like, I do
that's
get
true.
up with him and then I can start my day. And then like my in-laws come in and then they take it over. And I go into work. But Yeah, like I just feel like mentally it's better for my mental health to do it.
But you know that, and that's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
agree that I've always been like a after work person,
Mhm.
but I just can't do it because
It's tough though with kids though,
Yeah.
because like you get home and you're just like you kind of just like on a time constraint. So like me and
yeah,
my
it's a small window.
Mhm. So me and my wife are like we kind of go back and forth. So like she'll get home first, and if Paxton's sleeping, she'll start doing it. And then when I come in and Paxton wakes up, I'll grab him, and then she'll finish, and then she'll switch off.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
a good routine though.
Yeah.
So at least you both get a workout in.
Yeah, so and then after I get done, I'll watch him and she'll make dinner.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
See, so that is like a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little routine we got. And then we go to bed. Well, he goes
Then
to
you do
bed.
it all over
And
again.
sometimes I go to bed too because I'm tired.
Yeah, it's
exhausting.
It is the best,
Mhm.
but so exhausting.
Mhm.
Do you think that there's more people in the world that are morning people or night people? I feel like that should be a poll.
I feel
Yeah.
like it switches. As you get older, you're more of a morning person.
Really?
Mhm.
Because I'm almost 33 and I am not.
But you still go to sleep
I don't
pretty
think it
early.
switches for everyone though.
Huh?
What time do you usually go to sleep?
Oh, wow. A lot of different times. It depends on how stressful my life is at the time
Mhm.
because I'm not working out, which is also like my stress reliever, other than terrible TV, as we now know. I sometimes I fall asleep at like 8:30 at night. So it depends on the time of the month because I also get super tired at certain times of the month. And so that is like a real new thing for me on top of having a kid. So those are the times when I go to sleep really early. But like the other night I saw that something was on TV and I was like, God, I have to watch this. I've seen it 100 times, but I have to watch this again.
Was it the Hallmark movie?
Yeah. I update on that
My
because it's
lesbians
it's
listening to this. I'm sorry.
I can't remember.
That's messed up.
I can't remember if it was the last episode or the one before that, but we were talking about how we like Hallmark movies, which strikes people very odd for me. Like I told people working and they were like, that's shocking. I'm like, no, I'm obsessed with them. But it's so funny because I talked about 2 of them and then they were both on TV and I've seen 2 of them. And the one, in case anyone needed a follow-up, the one that had like the recipe is called My Italian Christmas. And it was so cute still. And I stick by it because that one had a real plot. It was so good.
She stayed up past her bedtime.
I did. I seriously stayed up until like 11:30 watching it.
11:30. Was it a school night?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that is.
I got that.
It's not really.
Yeah. Just sometimes when I like have a lot of stress, like I don't sleep. So that's
Yeah,
also
I can
part
see
of
that.
like the routine that I don't have nailed down. Like I don't go to
thing.
yeah, I don't go to sleep like it runs in my family. So
Yeah. Runs in mine too. Like I vouch for that. Like I sometimes can't fall asleep and Tina's just like, you always say like you need to sleep. You need to sleep. Like I can't fall asleep. I'm sorry. Like got
are you
insomnia.
one of the people that fall asleep immediately when you had hits the pillow?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the couch. Like I usually fall asleep by at least 9. And then I go upstairs and then I just fall asleep
That's
again.
work though. I can't do that.
But I'm a very light sleeper too. So if I hear something, it wakes me up and then I can't go back to sleep. So I wear these little sleep buds.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I forgot that.
Yeah, I love sleeping. I love going to bed early too and waking up early.
No, that's not me.
Oh, yeah. See, even on the weekends, I can't sleep past maybe.
Well, now I can't sleep
Not
in
me.
late. It just
Oh yeah, because Paxton wakes you up.
I can't sleep in late at all. I don't think I've slept in past like 7, and that's a late day for a long time, even like before having Brady. But I still, just because like I'm awake doesn't mean I'm a happy person in the morning. Like I'm not a
I'm
morning.
staying away from
Like,
you.
I'm not
This
a
is why I
morning
had
person.
coffee in the morning.
I know.
I had that moment to myself.
Yeah, I'm not a
Texting.
morning person. So we might have to do that. as
Wait,
a
but
goal.
speaking of you not being a morning person, we have to give Shannon a shout out because we had a Drunk Wives Club weekend at the beach one time, and she did not want to drive on Friday. So she made a commitment to be there in the morning on Saturday. And I think you left at freaking like 5:30
I
a.m.
did.
didn't
I
you?
left at
I
5:30.
was shocked when she
That's
showed up.
Like, it was Missy.
Yeah.
I
When
didn't
she
answer
came,
that
I was
phone
like,
call.
You were on a walk.
I
You were
was.
there.
I was
Yeah.
walking because and nobody was up and I didn't want to disturb anybody.
Yeah,
And I know
really
that
woke
this
up
one
that
sleeps late.
Yeah.
So I go for a walk because I enjoyed where you have your campsite.
My camper. My
All the cats were
camper.
out. There were cats
were.
mingling. And
Yeah,
it was fun.
I know. But I just am not a morning person. I can't do it. I don't think, even regardless of how awake, like I may be awake, I just don't prefer to be that functioning in the morning. I'd rather be doing stuff at like 8, 9 at night.
No.
That's when I
Yeah,
want to be in my
man.
PJs. Unless it's for a special occasion, I'll do it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that was mine. Is that it?
Oh
Do you even have any?
No,
I just wanted to leave that awkward silence in
just
there.
like I do.
So I guess how Anthony pulls me out of my comfort zone, I have a pretty low thought of myself that I'm not the smartest person in the world. So a couple
Not true, by the way.
a year ago, I flew with one of our volunteer pilots, and he was saying, he's like, why don't you take pilot lessons? Because you should be flying airplanes, not all of us. And I said, well, I am definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I do not think I am intelligent enough to operate an airplane with all these freaking buttons and it flies in the sky. And he's like, no, I'm going to introduce you to a flight instructor and you'll be fine. Because it's like driving a car. It's not, by the way.
Mhm.
But I went home and I told Anthony, because he has been taking flying lessons for over a year now. And he's like, you should totally do it. You can do it. And I was like, me? I can be a pilot? And I've been flying for a year. I hope to solo one day. But on one of my recent ground school lessons, my very sweet 23-year-old instructor, Jack, taught me about engines. And I was like, Jack, this is something so far out of my brain that I do not comprehend anything about an engine. He's like, it's okay, we'll dumb it down. I was like, I don't know if it's a compliment or like you're just being nice to me. And then I actually left the school and called Anthony about to cry. Be like, I'm never going to be able to fly an airplane. I don't know what the oil does to an engine. There's all these freaking carburetors. He showed me the engine in an airplane and I just looked at him like a deer in headlights. And he's like, it's going to be great. We're going to study and you'll be fine. And I went home and we re-looked at airplane engines. And then I was like, do you really think I could be a pilot? And that was
Stop making me
that was first, he's always supportive of what I do, but that was like
So supportive.
when like I really knew, because I actually expected to call him and say I don't know anything about anything, especially engines, let alone in a car, but a freaking airplane. And he was just so calm and being like, we'll just study, it's gonna be fine. And I was like, really? Like, am I gonna learn that? Like, I'm pretty not intelligent about how freaking airplanes work. And then my poor flight instructor, I was like, Jack, do I really need to know this? And he's like, yes, they're going to test you on it, like during your check ride, which is basically an expensive driver's license test. He's like, they're going to ask you about the engine. I was like, but when I took my driver's license test, they didn't ask me about the car engine. It's like, it's a little bit different. So Anthony, that was like one of his most supportive moments, I feel like, in our marriage, because I just expected him to make fun of me, but he didn't. I would make fun of me.
I feel like you, yeah. I feel like you make fun of him more than he makes fun of you.
Yeah, I know. I expected him to be mean, but I think he
No,
knew
I feel like
that I was
so supportive, like he's only makes fun of you when you make fun of him.
Yeah.
He's so supportive of
Mhm.
everything you do.
Yeah. He's super supportive.
I'm just giving up on my hair in case anybody watches this on YouTube. So
Yeah, they're probably like, what the hell is she doing?
I give up.
But also I'm a pretty big people pleaser. Like I just don't like conflict and I don't like knowing when people are mad at me. That's why I have very honest friends, so I can always ask them things. And Anthony also pulls me out of my comfort zone in work settings because I am very like, oh, it's fine. Like you did that incorrectly, but it's okay. And Anthony is basically trying to teach me how to be a more direct person, which I need to be. Because I feel like people a little bit take advantage
You're
of
too
my
nice.
niceness.
You're too
And they're
nice.
just like, oh, it's Jess, she's nice, it'll be fine. I can slack off or do whatever. And
Yeah.
Anthony's like, no, we
No.
need to tell them, you need to tell them how you feel, or they're never gonna know.
Agreed.
Mhm.
We concur.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you guys are very direct too. That's why I hang out with you.
I know, but we love that you're nice. It's like who you are as a person, but we just don't want to see you get taken advantage of because you are nice.
Yeah. So those are my two big things. But
Those are good ones.
I hope Anthony's listening to this.
Anthony,
Has he listened?
He has a couple times, and then he'll always like be like, do people actually listen to this? And I said, yeah, I think 350 to 400 downloads
It's like
now.
400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving
huge.
along.
I know.
nice.
But yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
That's
Well,
nice.
Anthony always seems to do the whole volunteer thing, and I love that for him.
Yeah, I will say when I first met Anthony, I told him, I was like, basically, I work at a nonprofit. I'm never going to make a huge income, and this is just what I do. And he totally grasped onto the concept, and he loves volunteering for anything Angel Flight or anything I do that involves Angel Flight. And now he'll come to events and actually prefer to have a job rather than just standing there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also think that that's partially because he sees how passionate you are about it.
Yeah,
Like he loves it because you love it.
that's true.
That's a supportive spouse right there.
He's a good egg. He knows if he wasn't, he would get the rage text that we talked about.
You know, I've never gotten one of those.
I
Maybe
don't-
I
I don't-
sent that.
I don't send them to my friends.
No, she doesn't send them to us.
No. Do you want some?
No.
I want to know how you really feel.
No, I feel
Do you?
bad.
I would love for you to send Missy a rage text because she
No.
would like
She would annihilate me.
I know.
I'd be
I don't
terrified.
know, because Shannon in the past, Shannon has told me how she's felt, and I
have rage
respect it.
texted Missy.
I respect it, and
I just got rage texted.
she's the one
Jessica.
that can put me in line. To be honest,
Well,
so can my
friends.
wife.
You have to, yeah,
She's
but
one.
you, I do feel like we're talking about it too. Like I can be mean, but it's not
Mm.
on purpose. And this is like same with Mark. Like I can be mean, but it's not to be mean. It's to be like, hey, like
Right.
you should probably if I'm telling you, because I'm usually pretty nice and always supportive.
Yeah.
So if I'm not supportive, unless it's like an
Yeah.
outfit of justice that's just like totally crazy for me. But
That's my bodysuit.
no, I love bodysuits. I love bodysuits. But I'm saying like if I'm not supportive of it, like you because I will be your number one cheerleader. But when I'm not supportive, that's when people should know, like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll just talk it through and then I could totally be wrong. So I'm not saying I'm like, but I will, like, if I am like worried for somebody or if I like really think they're making a decision that is truly not best for them, I will say something.
But you need friends like that. You don't want
No,
I wouldn't
I
want
needed to hear it.
Yeah.
Like when I was going through what I was going through.
Yeah.
So that
you were really
I
mad at
respect
me. And I was like, I don't care.
I don't care.
You're mad.
We rekindled the thruple that is us.
I know, but here we are.
Doing it
Plus,
live.
and doing it.
Yeah, we're still friends.
Rach is gonna be so mad that we're doing this.
But we can do another one when we do
Well,
our get
she's
together in
gonna be
January.
Yeah, she's gonna be on. It's just our the 4 like original drunk wives, we've talked about them before. We are 3 of them. Rach is 4th, but she does not live near us. So it's just a little bit harder to coordinate, but she'll be on. And I think we'll probably talk about our like first drunk wives trip.
Oh, the
that
beach.
time.
I think that would be it.
I think
That would be
a good
great.
one.
I love that.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, we still have a lot of topics to talk about. That
We do.
haven't
We're
talked
never
about.
gonna end it. We just need a sponsor.
I know we
Mhm.
really need the sponsors. Just so
Yeah.
mark that. I'm like, we're halfway through this first
I
season.
think I have somebody that I can swindle. I'm preparing my pitch for Friday. Happy.
Friday.
Yeah.
Wow. That is big news.
I would love to know.
Big news. Big news.
So how
My comfort stuff.
yeah, your comfort zone.
I knew this was coming.
Okay, so Missy, how do you guys get each other out of your comfort zones?
It's a lot of me grabbing her out of her comfort zone, but she also does give me a lot of good feedback as well. But the biggest thing was getting her out of just the house in general.
Yeah.
Like
Tina's a big homebody.
she loves TV.
Missy's a big have a great time out of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. I love like hanging out with my friends. I love like going to breweries. I love all things like outside the house, especially like if I can do something outside. Like that's fine. So something that I would usually do to get her to get out of the house is like, hey, Jess is gonna be there. Hey, Shannon's gonna be there. Like,
Where they selling?
Yeah. That's so funny because sometimes Anthony will ask, is Tina gonna be there?
Yeah,
Anthony
really?
loves Tina, and I'm like, yes, Tina's going. Let's all go.
I also love when Anthony comes because like he always has something to talk about that's really interesting. Like I forget what the last time I think we talked about. He was trying to sell me his Ford the
Oh.
one time because I said I needed a mom card. And I'm like, I'm not taking that Ford because that thing is loud. And
Oh my God,
Paxton's
don't forget
sleeping
Snoop
and-
Dogg.
Oh wow.
Um,
But I do
may
love it.
maybe not be as loud as his truck. His
Oh
truck
God,
just
that thing
got
was terrible.
crazy. Yeah, but back to the stories, like with getting her out of her comfort zone. She loves to go to craft beer places with our group here. She's really comfortable with them, and they get her out of her comfort zone too. So that's one thing that helps is, and honestly, she's getting way better ever since
Yeah.
we like. I even think it since we've had Paxton, she's had a little guy to hang out with, to feel like a little bit of comfort herself.
Love
Like,
that.
and even when we went to like family events, she would always be like the one that my nieces would gravitate to because she always gave them attention. She's always like, I see you never pay attention to them. Like, I do. I say hi and I like see what they
I
are. Like, I don't know nieces. I do. But she always gets sucked in. And like I know how not to get sucked in with Tay. Because Tay is a very like vibrant type of
Your
child.
niece.
I kind of am similar. Like I know how she is. So Tina always gets sucked in by Tay, and like she's okay with that though, because then she doesn't have to socialize with the adults. Yeah, because like I'm usually out talking to my brother and
Yeah.
my sister and all that, and like she's like she does love my sister too, and she feels a lot of comfort with her. But
Hi, Katie. We love Katie
We
too.
love Katie.
shout out to my sis.
We are
yeah.
shouting out all peeps.
Yeah, but that's something else that I try to get her out was just to get the hell out of the house rather than watch TV. But yeah, that's something.
But do you think it's because, like, if not to toot our own horns, in all seriousness, though, like, we love her because when we first met her, it was clear that she loved you.
Yeah.
And you were nervous for me to meet her. I remember that. We went to like a restaurant near where we live, and
the Vinci's.
yeah, it's not even there anymore. But like, I know, I wish it didn't close. But I met her and I was like, I love her. And I'm like, because she's such a genuine person when you meet her, you know that. But she also just loves you so much. And I'm like, it just goes to friendship too. It's like she makes my best friend happy, like I'm cool.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
great. Like this
Yeah.
is great. So like do you think that made her feel more comfortable because we just like liked her for who she was? Because we
Yeah.
didn't ever try to change her. We're like, you don't have to be as outgoing as Missy. Like we
No.
want to talk to you.
She's an
and like
extreme introvert, and
Yeah.
she like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that like that's the thing that made her come out more was her just like having acceptance. But
Mhm.
I've definitely seen a change in her from when I first met her because
Mhm.
she used to come out and not really talk at all, and now
Well,
she's a little
Anthony is an
chatterbox.
introvert too.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's why I'm always like,
Mark's not.
yeah, they have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, but I think that's helpful though, because they're
Mhm.
both introverts.
Yeah, it's scary when you meet your significant other's friends because you're like, obviously, you want them to like you as a
And we're
person.
really close.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about meeting her friends because that was terrible. Her friends were mean to me.
Should we beat them up?
They're not here anymore.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Yeah, I was like-
them for a reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but like she loves you guys and like will always want to come out when I say like, hey, we're gonna go out where they talked about going out here, let's go. And they're just like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
I
totally different from when I met her, for sure.
And I love going to your guys' house because you always have great beer selection. And Paxton. And the dogs.
Oh, that's
I
another
love
thing.
the house.
She's changed with her beer selection. She used to drink nothing but Miller
I was
Lite.
gonna say, now she's
nothing
craft
wrong with
beer
Miller
girl.
Lite.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
love
it.
Miller Lite.
I do like it. I do. I will
But
say
to
like
drink it every day,
mm-mm.
like every day. Chill.
Let's stop.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna drink till Thanksgiving.
Oh my god. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, how about that?
I
mean, when Brittany was
I texted Jess last weekend and I go, all right, I'm gonna do really good. I told all my work friends, I'm telling you, I am not going to drink during the week. That didn't work at all.
Fail.
It actually had the opposite effect.
right.
Because you know how I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna tell me something and then I'm gonna do the opposite. Apparently when I tell myself it's
Yeah.
so
I was like,
okay.
it's always next week, and
Except
she
for
replied,
reverse
"Well, it's
psychology.
Thanksgiving, so no."
no. Yeah, I was like, no,
Mhm.
no.
I remember the time when you like were pregnant with Brady and you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna do dry December.
Dry November and
January.
December and
And I'm
January.
like, yeah, okay. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to get pregnant myself and this bitch.
She
is
knew.
pregnant.
She knew.
You got it right away.
She was staring at me, and I was like, "No, no."
Like,
And she's
yeah.
like, "Yeah," and I was like, "No, I just really." In all honesty, I was drinking a lot. Like it was not a lie as to how I should cut back. It's just not the reason why I.
Mhm.
So
Because
Yeah.
I was a little hesitant. I didn't say anything.
no, you
And
wouldn't
I
have.
would have never said anything.
No.
And I was like, maybe she really is. But then I'm like, nah, she's
No,
pregnant.
She's not pregnant.
Here I
Yeah.
am.
And then I'm just like, oh my
I
god,
think
this
it was
bitch isn't
also-
drinking.
Yeah, she's like, "What a loser."
It was also a really tough time for me because I was going through a lot of like things with trying to get pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
Like and
Which
it's just,
I
like,
knew.
it was, like and I think that's I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like press it. So
Yeah,
it was a weird time. But
yeah,
like literally, I guess it was March. I got pregnant with Paxton,
Yeah.
and then you were like, "Yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant."
yeah.
Go. I can tell you in 3 months or 4 months.
I know because I saw you at my shower in April, and I
Oh.
looked at you and I was like, and you were like, "See you later," because you like knew, and I was like, "I really want to ask you, but I didn't ask you either. I don't do that. Like,
Mhm.
I don't ask if people want to get pregnant. I don't ask if that's a very personal decision. If you want to talk to me about it, sure thing, but I'm not gonna ask until you tell me."
Yeah.
So there should be a general rule of thumb.
I
So
don't
people who keep
understand
asking
that
about a
one.
second child should just stop asking.
So out of the uncomfortable thing, getting them out of their uncomfortable zones, like
Yeah.
another thing of me was trying to get Tina out of the dead end job that she was in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That was the
no
ATM
offense, Tina, but you know you're smarter.
That was when she was doing the ATM tech stuff,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
That's the thing
she's-
though. Like, I feel like your biggest advocate should be your partner.
Mhm, mhm. I mean, she loved the job. The job was kind of like really lit. Like she may not have had calls that day, and she just got paid
Oh,
to
no.
work. She got a free car,
Nice.
like laptop too or whatever. But I was like, hey, listen, like you're not gonna make it further here. Like there's openings.
She was comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable. But she went to school for a math degree, and I was working at a financial firm, and I was like, hey, like they're hiring now and they may not hire again. Try it. Just keep trying and trying and
Yeah.
get in. So eventually she got in, and like I pushed her to like just try to do even more things. Like she was on the phones for a little while, and that really mentally drained her.
Yeah, that's awful.
And that was something out of her comfort zone completely. And
For sure. Like
oh my
knowing
God, she was
knowing
yelling at people
Tina.
constantly.
Yeah.
And she
Like
hated it.
no break of
Mhm.
speaking to people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'll say, like it kind of put us in like a certain really rough patch sometimes. Like, and that happens in like a relationship, rough patch here and there. But
Especially take out your frustrations on your significant
Yeah,
other.
especially when it's a job because you're doing it 40 hours a week. So
Mhm.
that's so much of your time.
And that's another reason I think why she didn't want to go out of the house too. Is because she was talking to people constantly.
Yeah, she just wanted to be by
Mhm.
herself on the weekends.
Yeah.
So, but she's honestly really good at that job. But anyways, I just said, keep pushing yourself and keep staying in this job. You're gonna make it to something else. And long and behold, she finally got a job that she loves now in finance.
That's great.
And she just thrives over there. She loves her boss, she loves her team. Like, I'm just saying, like, you got out of that once position to get into something that you finally like made it.
Yeah.
For. Like,
And
just
you
happy.
were her support system.
But now she's becoming mine because I'm in a really tough, like demanding job.
Yeah.
And I'm out of my comfort zone completely.
Mhm.
Like I sometimes am like Jess where I do like to please other people. But in this job, I cannot do that. Like I have to make sure like everybody's doing their job, doing their thing, and like
It's literally your job to do that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if they're not held accountable, then you get screwed over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like she's really pushing me to be like, you've got to see this through. You've got to do it. Like it's something that you even said before you even like went into labor with Paxton, like you wanted some type of challenge. And I'm in there and I'm like, yeah,
It's scary though.
Yeah.
it's so tough. Like I've never done like something this challenging in my life.
It's just different to be in a managerial role than just like the doer.
Well, that's also like a job in itself.
Yeah.
And then usually like in a manager role, that's not your only job.
Yeah.
And we're all three in that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
because then you have to worry about what everybody else is doing. And if
Yeah.
they're not doing their job, then
you're
you
not
have
doing what you were supposed
Yeah.
to be doing.
But then you
I
got to
know.
clean up their mess along with doing everything else you're supposed to be
I
doing.
know.
For the day.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's
the
a lot.
managing process is a lot too. Like making sure like those processes and projects are on point.
Plus the
I'm
people
also
that are
trying to
supposed
deal
be
with
doing
people.
it.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
a lot.
that's uncomfortable to me, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Because you have
And
the support
I
system of Tina.
right.
I know. No, I actually think that sometimes we don't give advice on these on these episodes. But I do think like the common theme from all of us is like just have supportive people in your life that will push you because it doesn't even have to be like a significant other because we push each other and like we'll be honest. But that's just so important to have like supportive people who will one push you out of your comfort zone, but also just like be there for you to just lean on when you're like, man, this day sucks. Like you're like, you're gonna get through it. Tomorrow will be better. Like just having that, but also pushing you to be like, yeah, you got this. Like it's just really nice to have that, whether it be in a partner or just any
Your
type
friend
of
group.
relationship you have, like family, friends. I just think that's so great. Like it's just really nice.
If someone is not cheering for you, then they're a shitty friend.
I know, but I feel like I've felt that so much recently in my life for friends, family, and partner. Like it's just like it actually makes so much of a difference because you're having a hard time, but if other people are like no, like you're like worth doing all of this.
Mhm.
Like all this stuff that you're doing is worth it.
Mhm.
But two, it's just like, even if it's a bad day, like you're not in it by yourself.
Yeah.
Like that is so nice to have.
Especially in like leadership jobs, it can be very like
Yeah.
it can be very lonely. Like
Yeah.
and having that partner like Tina
Who's not
is
in your
not in
day
there.
to day
Yeah.
of having to deal with that. Yeah,
Mhm.
because there's like that balance. Like you have work friends that are like, oh yeah, I get it. But then like you go home and you're like, hey, like this was really like
Yeah.
hard. I can't talk to it. Like I can't talk about it with XYZ person because I work with them. Like, can you just be this ear to hear?
Yeah, just supportive.
Always there.
Yeah.
Always there. And then in bed next to you.
And I also feel really
Yeah.
bad for her because I do always talk to her, so I should probably kind of.
No, that's
that's
not part
a
of
good
it.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the balance, I think.
Mhm.
You can come to us with it too.
I think also
I might not text you back for 4 days, but
Yeah, she's
I'll
the
do that for you.
worst texter
I'm horrible.
I've
I don't
ever
text you
met.
as much. I text you more
I'm
because
serious.
it's like
Yeah,
Why?
I
I have
out with
chat. It's the best.
yeah.
You talk.
No, I
to
feel like
text
me and Shannon literally we sit in the same room and we're like, let's just like we just kind of like
It's literally like we
start from where we
see
start
each other every single day. The way
Mhm.
that we talk.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
well, I think we've chatted enough
Yeah.
this episode. But thank you so much. We're so excited that Missy. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks
for
for having me.
Oh my God.
It felt really necessary for you to be the first guest.
Yeah,
So we're so
because we talk
excited.
about it all the time.
Every single episode. But yeah,
Time
thank
that
you.
Jess sped and I was scared.
Yes, every time, every single episode, we've talked about you.
I do
But
not
yeah.
speed for the record.
You always speed.
Mhm.
Always
Mhm.
speed.
Mhm.
But thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'm sure Missy will be on again. We'll have other guests maybe. But this is coming out around the holidays. So I think we're almost nearing the end to our first couple of months of episodes.
And it's the holly jolly time. I won't say my address like that one
Oh
time,
my
or
God.
Shannon will literally.
We cut
I'll
that
see
out.
you.
We cut
We
that out
did cut
before.
that out.
We don't cut out a lot, but I did cut out her address because I was like, hey, let's like not do that. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell every single person that you know. And
That we are sober.
yeah.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah. And tap in next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.